red flags when someone wants to make introductions for you. So this is about people in the cannabis industry when they identify that you might be of benefit to them, whether that be mainly from connecting deals. And people will look out for this and they'll be like, oh, that person buys weed and that person sells weed. Let me try to connect them before they meet in person and work my way into those deals. And so that's how a lot of people have crossed paths with myself through my distribution company over the years. And I've been able to pick up on a lot of these different, I guess you could call them tactics, but it's really just more, it's human nature. When people see that and they see that there's an opportunity there, they're going to pursue it, potentially even artificially. So I've been able to read through a lot of people, been able to read a lot of situations, and there's inherent red flags that come off, especially in the beginning, where people want to set themselves up or set the stage for them to explain how, you know, important of a person they can introduce you to, or good suppliers that they might have, or, you know, insinuate other ways that they can potentially insert themselves in the sales channel that you're already working on. I say this to just put it out there so people are cautious of it. I'm not saying that to not take recommendations or referrals from people. But what I am wanting to point out is that there's people out there that do intentionally try to beat you to the punch of introducing you to people before you meet them naturally or organically, especially nowadays in social media. With social media and the licensed cannabis market combined, it's very easy to meet people directly in person. Really, you just got to, you know, follow the Instagram, see what events they'll be at, and be at an event, and then meet the right people there. So for some of the people in the industry, they've built networks themselves. They're considered brokers. And I've been a broker. I'm a broker too. I'm not saying there's a bad thing with brokers, but it's about how the brokers manage their business and handle their connections and handle their network. So there's brokers out there that literally you can just read right through them. You can smell the desperation, you can sense the hunger, you can sense the neediness, and those are the ones you want to steer clear from completely. The ones that are non-pushy, the ones that are indifferent, the ones that can go, you know, either way. I understand deals don't always happen, so it is what it is. If it don't work out, it don't work out. And then especially the ones that are good to work with is people who aren't looking to insert themselves and block themselves in every single deal. So you also got to look out for this as a decoy too, because some people might offer to introduce you to somebody to let your guard down. Be like, oh, I want to introduce you to this guy. He's a great buyer, blah, blah, blah. And then nothing ever happens with it. So they might be doing that to set you up too, to make you feel like, oh, well, he introduced me to someone. Let me exchange the favor. So you also got to be aware of these motives. But what more so on the video is about is people looking to introduce you beforehand, or even dropping the name in front of you as the deal is being put together. That way they hold that potential to hang that over your head in the future. So here's an example that happened with me. I've been getting a good supply of consistent quality from a grow, right, for years. And a friend of mine found out that I was getting it. And so he wanted to sell it to his other friends. But his other friends would probably end up getting it through me anyway. So what he did is name dropped on the friends, but still guarded the connection to the friends, but just put it out there like who it's for. And then that way he's guarding himself to where, let's say I went to an event and then met these people and started doing work with them. Now this other guy is going to come back to me and be like, yo, you knew that was my people. Why are you going behind my back to go work with them? When it wasn't even the case. You know, so that's one example of where, like, I didn't even allow anything. He just name dropped the person as I'm giving him samples. He's like, oh, you know who these are going to? And then all of a sudden, if I'm at this event and cross paths with this person, I'm like weirdly entitled to now have to give this other dude money off every deal, or that's what he's expecting. So those are the type of people you want to steer clear from. You don't want to even do any deals with them because, like I said, they can even just insert themselves and name drop some stuff and then try to hold that against you. So I don't even like to be in the same room with people like that. Desperation, neediness, scarcity mindset. It really comes down to either a scarcity mindset or an abundance mindset. Whereas if someone with an abundance mindset is going to be like, yo, this dude over here, he's just like you. You guys will work great together. You know, this or that, whatever. It's not a guarded thing where it's like, oh, I can't give you his number. I don't want you to know who it is. Or if you talk to them, you need to break me off something. It's very transactional at that point. And that's the type of things you want to stay away from. You want to gravitate towards the abundance mindset where people are not looking to be transactional. They're saying, look, let me help this person, this person, this person, and maybe in the future it'll come back to me. And that's truly the best way to network. And I've asked consultants in other industries, how do they protect themselves? And obviously there's NDAs out there, non-compete and all these types of agreements, but we all know that it's only as good as the amount of money you want to put behind it to enforce it. So you can get someone to sign an NDA, but if you're not willing to spend the money to take them to court and go up against their attorney costs and risk having to cover their attorney costs, that NDA doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean shit. So my point to this is you can try to protect yourself, but it's just, again, it's out of a scarcity mindset. So when I asked a consultant in another industry, how do they handle it? She told me that you can't protect your sources. You can't be like, oh, this is my person. You can't talk to them. I'm not going to give you my email. If you want to talk to them, you have to email me directly and then I'll forward it to them. That's a scarcity mindset. You're not going to get good business done that way. And both sides are going to notice that and they're just going to be like, look, I can't work like this, one side or the other, and the deal's just going to fall through. It's going to look bad on your reputation versus you being like, hey, look, party A and party B, I know you two can probably get a deal done. I don't want to stand in the way of that. You guys handle it. If you make something happen, shoot me a finder's fee, take care of me in the future, make some referrals to me. Doesn't matter. Just show me the love back somehow. Look out for me. You know, you don't even have to express this to them. It's inherent. You just be like, look, you two have something. There's a potential chemistry right here. I don't want to mess that up. Go and do some work. And yeah, you potentially get burnt this way too. But you're getting burnt by the people that you don't want in your business circles or your life or your situations anyway. So again, if you're looking at it from an abundance mindset, you know that it's going to come from somewhere. And if that person's going to screw you over out of this one connection, then let them have it and move on with your business. So that's all I really wanted to talk about is be careful of people's motives. Watch out for who you're even working with, because they might try to pigeonhole you into some kind of an ongoing brokerage fee, which is a very controversial thing in this industry. And I'm not trying to say that people don't deserve it, because they definitely do, especially if they're lending value to the deals. They're driving around samples, they're setting up deals, they're putting in the legwork. But it's times where people just try to connect two dots, sit back on the sidelines, never lift a finger, but they want to collect the same amount that you and the other guy are making. My point is just be careful of people's motives. Keep your circle small, work with reliable, trustworthy people, and do good business yourself. And you just put that energy out there. Have that abundance mindset and you'll attract abundance. Thanks for watching. Check out my website, highchris.com. You'll find a lot of great content about launching, building, and growing your licensed cannabis brand, even if you don't own the license. Thanks for watching and check out my other videos.